Hey y'all, what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief. This is America. On Monday afternoon, Jordan Neely, an unhoused and well-known ex-subway performer, got on the F train in Manhattan hungry and at his wit's end. According to witnesses, he was very erratic, screaming about needing food and water, which made some riders very uncomfortable, but he was not actually hurting anyone. Still, that's when a 23-year-old unidentified ex-Marine walked up to Jordan, put him in a chokehold, and promptly took him down. Now, this chokehold lasted about 15 minutes. Yeah, with two other men holding down his arms and legs. It wasn't until another passenger thought to say this chokehold could be lethal that they decided to let him go, but by then he was already unconscious. And after casually killing this black man who had been discarded by society in public, the veteran was questioned, but then he was released. And I guess it's needless to say that never in the history of niggerdom has a black person been released after killing somebody, even if it was involuntary manslaughter. And as a matter of fact, young black men are about 50% more likely to be detained pre-trial than white defendants. You know, down in California, they passed a bill that will be paying defendants for every day they were wrongfully held in jail if they received a not guilty verdict. Praise God. But for now, Jordan's death has passively been ruled as a homicide. But if New York's criminal justice system does not assign any intent or culpability, no arrests will be made. Now, the mental state of both Jordan and the man whose first mind was to wrap his arm around somebody's neck for 15 minutes should be assessed here, but currently the veteran is the only one being shown compassion. PTSD from military service is automatically implicated as a failsafe, but what about PTSD from living in the underbelly of the American dream? Trigger warning, intimate partner violence. Jordan's mental health was impacted severely and early on when his mother's boyfriend killed her and dumped her body in a suitcase in the Bronx. His father exposed him to the Jackson 5, and Dancing Like Michael became an escape for him after his mother passed. He jumped from home to home in his hometown of New Jersey, only to end up on this train Monday morning in 2023 talking about being fed up with having nothing, to the point that he did not care if he died. But the New York Post dared to call this man an unhinged strap hanger? The fuck is a strap hanger? I don't know, the strappy things on the subway? And you know, the people who hate black people went to their default. He's been arrested at least 40 times. He was no angel. Well, maybe because this country behaves like being homeless is illegal, especially when if you're on the streets, your chances of being arrested increase exponentially, because panhandling, loitering, trespassing, open container law, soliciting, public indecency, disturbing the peace, and so many more all target a homeless population of approximately 80,000 people in New York City. And we already knew New York was not a real place, where outbursts like Jordan's happen all the time. But the increased violence and displays of volatile behavior have been direct result of closures of inpatient psychiatric treatment facilities that started happening before the pandemic. And all of this, a glaring example of the poor and unstable left with no resources, doomed to eventually eliminate each other. In the same America, celebrating a man who left 1.4 million euros to his cat. What? While also being a bigot, while also being a racist, while also being fat phobic, while also being sexist, while also working for a damn Nazi spy. Well, hell, y'all still ride for Coco Chanel herself, so what the hell was I thinking? That same Monday in the same New York City, the Met Gala decided to honor Karl Lagerfield, a man who was known to say anything, no matter who was targeted by it, all in the name of the dream and illusion of fashion that to him is decidedly thin and white.
Which is crazy to me, because some of my best work has captured the essence of decidedly black features and culture, and not just by my standards.
Cam Kirk! What are you doing here?
Hey Lene, what's up?
Lagerfield, with no regard for black people or anybody's culture period, had been as irresponsible in his legacy as to put someone in blackface in one instance and to make a low-cut dress where he slapped text from the literal Quran on it in another. Talking about, my bad, I didn't know it was a holy text, I just saw it at the Taj Mahal. What?
You can't make sense out of nonsense.
And I hate to say it, and I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but I was a bit disappointed that the celebrities there was just talking about cats. There was really no address of his problematic legacy or any protest pieces.
Well, Diddy did choose to honor Andre Leon Talley with his look instead.
Not y'all got me siding with Diddy.
I think it's love now.
Anyway, we are reminded just how many Americas there are every day. We can talk about there being two different Americas, but this bitch really an octagon. The dream not dreaming.
Justice for Jordan Neely.